Do not let affection dull the blade. Not love, not nostalgia, not the warm breath of comfort that tempts a warrior to sheath his sword. A man must learn to feel without being owned by what he feels, to love without being chained, to care without collapsing, to give but never surrender the weapon he forged in fire. Affection is not the enemy, but it becomes one when it softens your edge, when it whispers, "Stay, settle, ease." That is when it begins to rot the steel of your will. You were not born to be a pet of peace. You were born with chaos in your marrow and silence in your soul, to walk the edge between mercy and ferocity, to hold a heart that beats for others and a hand that never shakes when the world demands blood from your resolve. You are not here to be loved by all. You are here to become unmovable, to see clearly when others are blind with emotion, to stay standing when even the ones you protect fall to their knees. The mountain does not bend to the storm, it is carved by it. So too must you be, shaped, not shattered. Love will test you, loss will test you more. And in those quiet moments after betrayal, after abandonment, after the warmth fades and the cold silence rushes in, you will be faced with the question, do I let this break me? Or do I sharpen what's left? Most men will lay their weapons down when the ones they love no longer stand beside them. They will let heartbreak take the edge from their mind. They will call it healing, but it is just decay dressed in soft words. You must not. You must forge deeper. When the world rips something from you, give it nothing. Let it take what it wants, but hold the core, the center, the blade. There is no glory in becoming numb, but there is honor in becoming precise. To love fiercely and remain dangerous, to lose and remain focused, to ache and still move like water, still cut like lightning. Affection is sacred, but it is not an excuse. A warrior cannot serve both his heart and his hesitation. One must die. You may miss her. You may remember the warmth, the softness, the promises whispered in the calm. But do not confuse memory with purpose. The warrior who walks backward to chase a ghost will never see the arrow coming for his chest. Do not look back. If she left, let her go. If it fell apart, let the pieces lie where they shattered. You were not built to mend broken things. You were built to forge new ones. The blade must be cleaned, dried, sharpened again. And the next time affection enters your life, greet it like a flame, with reverence, not dependence. Warm your hands near it, but do not throw your armor into the fire. Keep your hand near your weapon. Keep your mind clear. And above all, keep walking. There will be moments when it all feels heavy, when solitude bites like winter, when your chest aches for a voice that no longer answers. But pain is not your enemy. Comfort is. Pain reminds you that you're alive, that something mattered. But comfort convinces you to stop sharpening, to stop watching, to stop moving forward. It is the affection of the past that whispers, rest. It is the ghost of warmth that dulls the cold fire in your eyes. And when that happens, when you start to mistake stillness for peace, the enemy moves. So you must move too. Do not become a statue of your former self, frozen in longing. You are not marble, you are flame, and flames must spread. Let the fire of discipline consume the sorrow. Let the edge of clarity slice through the fog of what if. You owe nothing to the past but respect, not regret, not return, not ruin. The path you walk is forward, and forward has no handrails, only wind, only resistance, only the rhythm of your boots against the earth, steady and sure. Do not let affection dull the blade. The warrior who survives is not the one who feels less. He is the one who feels deeply and still cuts clean. You must become both. both the tenderness of breath and the ruthlessness of the strike. To master both is not contradiction, it is completion. Let your heart beat, yes, but never let it beat so loud that it drowns the sound of your intuition. Never let it blind the eyes that scan the horizon for danger. Never let it soften the grip that holds the sword steady. This world will give you many to love, but few will understand your silence. Fewer still will respect your discipline, and almost none will walk beside you when you bleed from your own battles. So be grateful for the rare ones, but never wait for them. When you walk the warrior's path, you walk alone. Even in love, even in peace, especially in heartbreak. You are your own shelter, your own storm, your own blade. And no matter who stays or who vanishes, that truth must never leave your side. There is a danger in needing too much. Need bends the spine, need clouds the eye, need rusts the steel that once sang with purpose. The warrior does not need, he chooses. He chooses who enters the circle. He chooses what memories he honors. He chooses to let go, not out of bitterness, but precision. There is a reason Musashi spoke of detachment, not as avoidance, but as preparation. The man who ties his soul to others becomes vulnerable to their storms. He drowns in tides not his own. To walk this path, you must be like the pine tree on the cliff, roots deep, trunk unmoved, needles that catch snow but never break. The world will offer you comfort in the form of surrender. Surrender to love, surrender to past, surrender to softness, to sweetness, to promises whispered with trembling breath. But your path is not made of comfort. It is carved through stone, with the tip of your will. If she left, she was never meant to stand through the winter. If they turned cold, they were never fire. If they forgot you, then remember yourself. You do not owe pain a throne in your mind. You owe yourself clarity. Detach. Not to become numb, but to become clear. The blade that cuts must first be clean. Strip away what no longer serves. The doubts, the imagined reconciliations, the moments you replay in the silence of night, hoping for a different end. There is no different end. There is only you, here, now, forging forward. You are not your heartbreak. You are not your memories. You are not the echo of someone else's footsteps. You are the fire that survives after everything has burned. And that fire must not go out. Let her name become wind. Let the past become sand. Let the affection you once clung to become a reminder, not a reason to fall. This life will give you chances to fold, to compromise, to kneel for the warmth of affection that does not match the weight of your purpose. You must rise instead. There are men who carry swords but never swing them. They fear conflict. They fear loneliness. They fear losing the warmth of a hand that no longer holds theirs. But you are not that man. You are not here to beg, not here to plead, not here to be chosen. You are here to choose. Even in love, you remain sovereign. Even in grief, you remain still. Even when the world around you is drenched in affection, you remain carved from principle. You do not seek vengeance. You do not seek their return. You do not curse what left. You only sharpen, train, refine, until your very presence slices through illusion, until your silence commands more than their promises ever did, until the echo of your discipline becomes louder than their love ever rang. That is the way of the blade. Not anger, not bitterness, but stillness. To walk alone and not feel empty. To stand still and still remain in motion. To let go and still carry strength. Affection is not your compass. Truth is. And the truth is this: some will love you only in your softness. But when your discipline rises, when your silence grows, When your eyes begin to see through masks, they will recoil. Let them. You do not dim for anyone. You do not dull your edge to make others feel safe around your sharpness. If your clarity offends, let it. If your solitude confuses, let it. If your detachment is misread as coldness, so be it. Better to be feared in truth than loved in illusion. Better to be alone and clear than surrounded and blind. You are not the echo of affection. You are the thunder of discipline. When you walk through cities, through forests, through memories, walk like a blade sheathed in calm, always ready, always centered, never distracted by the softness of passing comfort. When others chase pleasure, you train. When others fall into sentiment, you observe. When others lose themselves in desire, you remain. This is not cruelty. This is clarity. Affection must be earned. And even then, it must not be worshipped. You give your presence, not your soul. You love with open hands, not shackled wrists. You care without kneeling. You commit without breaking your stance. The man who remains sharp in love, that is rare. The man who does not dull in heartbreak, that is dangerous. Be that man, not to harm, but to remain whole. Not to win, but to remain aligned. Not to prove anything, but to prove nothing can move you from your path. Let the heart beat, let the past echo, but never, never let affection dull the blade. You will be tempted to soften, not all at once, but little by little. First, you stop training. Then, you stop watching. Then, you start waiting. Waiting for the message. Waiting for the apology. Waiting for someone to return and make it make sense. But warriors do not wait. They act, they observe, they accept what is, and move with it, not against it. Every moment you wait to be chosen, you abandon the one thing that always chose you. Your discipline, your code, your blade. This world is full of men who were once sharp, men who trained once, men who dreamed once, men who stood tall, until affection seduced them into softness. They became warm, then dull, then forgotten. And they blamed the world, blamed her, blamed timing, fate, and everything except the truth. They stopped sharpening. But you do not lay down the blade for comfort. You do not betray the mountain for the warmth of the valley. You may love, you may lose, you may even break for a moment. But you will never stay broken. You will pick up the pieces of your will. You will breathe through the fire. You will walk again, sharper, stronger, colder where you must be, warmer only where it is earned. Even the fiercest storms cannot move a mountain that does not wish to be moved. You must become that mountain. Still, present, and dangerous to anything that tries to carve its name into your core. Affection will come again, new voices, new softness, new promises. You will not run, you will not retreat. You will stand, calm, open, and armed. Because love is not weakness, but forgetting your path for it is. She may be the light, but you are the fire. She may be the wind, but you are the stone. She may be the song, but you are the silence that follows when the song ends, unshaken, undiminished, undivided. Do not seek the arms of someone who fears the weight of your mission. Do not crave the gaze of someone who flinches at your stillness. Do not shrink for affection. If she cannot walk beside the blade, she was never meant to walk beside you at all. You walk forward, not slower, not softer, not safer. Forward, like the edge of a sword cutting through fog, unapologetic, focused, and final. Because in the end, the only love worth keeping is the one that keeps you sharp. So carry the memory, but never let it carry you. Bury the past, but never the lesson. And above all, no matter how deep the feeling, how strong the connection, how bright the moment once was. Do not let affection dull the blade. Let that be the law you never break. Let that be the fire that never fades. Let that be the vow you carve into stone, even if your heart forgets. Your blade must always remember.